This is my final project video. In this class, I've learned a lot about the way I handle difficult conversations and situations. I chose to reflect on these two questions. What are the cultural variables, or deep culture, that influence the way in which you handle conflict? How do they impact you? How will you use this knowledge to move forward to address conflict? And what have you learned about your communication/conflict style? How will this knowledge help you navigate difficult conversations? For the first question, I said, a big part of my deep culture is respect and good listening. I believe that even if you are in an argument, you should always give that person the respect they deserve and hear their side of the story. Due to this part of my deep culture, it is very rare for me to be rude or unreasonable in conflict. I always use this knowledge to make sure that I stay on level 2 listening. That way I know the facts and I am being actively respectful. If a friend and I ever get into a disagreement, I always try to make sure that I'm not thinking of a rebuttal, but I'm listening to their views of what happened. For the second question, I said, I have learned that my communication style is a mix between competitive and people pleaser. I love to be right, but I also want to be able to reach an agreement so that no one feels as though they aren't being heard. Although my competitiveness is great in my sport, I have to be careful not to let that show in a difficult conversation. A lot of people feel challenged or threatened by a competitive attitude shown in a disagreement, so I always have to keep that part in check. My people-pleasing attitude is usually helpful to me because I can usually figure out a good compromise for everyone. My friend was taking some of my food without asking, and instead of just racing up the ladder and getting upset, I talked with her and we agreed on buying food that we could share. This class has been super helpful in not only tough situations, but in just everyday life. Thank you.